them a Bible story. As the Model A turned the corner onto Park Road, Billy Frank craned his neck to see whose car was parked outside their two-story brick house. He could see his Uncle Tom's Buick and another car that he did not recognize. Although Billy Frank knew he should be feeling sad, he was also secretly happy when he thought about all the cousins who would gather for the funeral. The Graham family lived on 300 acres of gently rolling farmland, which his father and uncle had inherited from their father. Billy Frank hoped he would have time to take his cousins into the woods to show them his Tarzan hideout. Catherine laughed at his attempts to swing from vines, but Billy Frank felt he was getting closer to perfecting his technique. When the car pulled to a stop in front of the house, Billy Jr., Billy Frank's big red goat, came running out to meet them, followed by a gaggle of curious geese herded by 6-year-old Melvin.
"Grandma's very sick. They think she's going to die,"
Melvin said, as Billy Frank unwound his tall, thin body from the front seat.
"We know,"
Billy Frank said.
"Reese told us."
The 3 Graham children climbed the front steps of the brick farmhouse, where their mother waited by the front door. She gave Billy Frank and Catherine each a hug.
"Grandma's near the end of her earthly journey. It's time to say goodbye,"
their mother said, guiding the children toward the back bedroom. In the bedroom lay Billy Frank's grandmother. She was breathing lightly, and her mouth gaped open. Billy Frank reached out and held her bony hand.
"It won't be long,"
his mother said. In fact, Lucinda Coffey continued to breathe lightly, stopping every now and then, until late into the night. Billy Frank and his parents were in the room when the end came. All at once, the calm mood was broken when Billy Frank's grandmother sat bolt upright as if she'd been struck by lightning. She declared,
"I see Jesus. He has his arms outstretched toward me. And there's Ben. He has both of his eyes and both of his legs. They're coming for me."
She smiled and reached out her arms, and then lay back on the pillow, dead. Billy Frank sat in silence. He felt as if he had been struck by lightning himself. It seemed incredible that his grandmother had seen Jesus along with his dead grandfather. Billy Frank would have liked to have seen him too. Granddaddy Benjamin Coffey was a legend in the area. With the rank of sergeant, he fought against the Yankees with Pettigrew's Brigade, part of the 11th North Carolina Regiment. The regiment had led the advance on Gettysburg from the west. In the ensuing fighting, Billy Frank's grandfather had been struck in the left leg with shrapnel. As he lay bleeding on the battlefield, a bullet grazed his right eye. He was taken to a field hospital and covered with a quilt that his Aunt Hattie now profoundly displayed in her living room. Benjamin Coffey had survived the ordeal, but his left leg was amputated, and he went blind in his right eye. Billy Frank wished he'd known Granddaddy Coffey, who had died 2 years before Billy was born. But now, apparently, Grandma Coffey had seen him again, all fixed up with his leg regrown and his right eye working, coming with Jesus to get her. His grandmother seeing his grandfather just as she died was a lot to take in, but Billy Frank did not doubt it was true. Lucinda Coffey had been a staunch Presbyterian who never lied, even about the smallest of things. If she saw Billy Frank doing anything wrong, she always reminded him that God was watching. And now she was in heaven. As Billy Frank lay in bed that night, he couldn't shake the image of his grandmother seeing both Jesus and her husband. Everything he'd been taught from the Bible was really true. He felt relieved, as he'd always been a little afraid of death. His mother had taught him the prayer, "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, bless me, Lord, my soul to take."